Good morning and welcome back to your second day of school. You will receive today's video as your second student orientation day. I hope that yesterday was really helpful and I'm hoping that today you will grasp more knowledge regarding the platforms that we are using. You are back with us, your training team. I am Ms. D. Jones. I teach sixth grade math once again, and we have.
Mr. Robert Robinson. Good morning, everyone. I hope that you had a wonderful first day of school. We are so excited to have you back.
Okay, for today's warm up, we have two questions for you. Number one, how was your first day of school? Was it difficult to log into Microsoft Teams? Number two, were you able to locate the shortcuts to all daily educational websites in each class period? Type your response in today's student orientation assignment via Teams. Okay, here is our agenda for today's video. Number one, we're going to talk about on-site expectations once again. Number two, we're going to revisit those online norms. Number three, you will learn to navigate through Microsoft Teams. And number four, you will learn to navigate the class notebook within Microsoft Teams. Our objectives for today, students will be able to understand the layout of daily lessons, understand daily requirements, navigate the team's platform with ease, locate and navigate class notebook, locate assignments, and then turn them in. Our objective is to help you develop a deeper understanding of what you're expected to do in order to receive effective instruction this upcoming school year. We will implement our distance learning platform in a uniform manner and provide consistent instruction throughout all grade levels and classes. Next, we have our daily requirements. Here's a layout of our instruction format. The lesson components include the warm-up, introduction of standard or skill by the teacher, guided practice where you will work in groups with other classmates that the teacher may group you with, independent practice where you will be um, able to master that skill or standard independently on your own, and then the exit ticket so that you can show us what you know. Your daily homework assignment consists of at least 5 past iReady lessons per week. Lessons are due every Saturday. Additional homework may be given at your teacher's discretion.
All right, now we're shifting into those expectations that we talked about yesterday. So remember, we have both on-site expectations as well as online expectations. And this year, it will look a little different. School will look a little different. So depending on how you're participating in school will determine what expectations you are expected to meet. So let's talk about on-site expectations. Students are expected to participate in their daily lessons using the following guidelines. Students are expected to enter the class quietly, bring all required materials, remain seated unless given permission to do otherwise, listen and follow directions the first time, be respectful of people and property, raise your hand and wait for acknowledgement before speaking. And please, no eating or drinking in class. You are required to bring the following daily materials with you to class: a fully charged computer, workbooks and or textbooks, notebooks, pens and pencils, and note, additional materials will be required per teacher's request.
Okay, now we're going to get back into those online norms. Students are expected to participate in their daily lessons using the following guidelines. While online, students are required to log in on time daily with microphones muted and cameras on. Be prepared with all class materials and actively participate. Wear a BFE shirt and select a quiet workspace with no distractions. Make sure that you are in the proper environment. For example, kitchen, dining room, or living room. Note, no inappropriate settings such as the bedroom or bathroom will be tolerated. Next, be respectful of others and use appropriate language. Avoid the use of apps and devices, whether it be cell phones, TVs, etc., during class. You must sit in an upright position at a table or desk, and absolutely no eating or drinking. Please, please, please be advised online lessons are recorded. Be sure to monitor environmental activity. Your daily materials. Once again, a fully charged computer and or charger, workbooks and or textbooks, notebooks, pens and pencils, dry erase board, and markers. Note, additional materials may be required per teacher's request. And those are your online norms.
Okay, shifting back into Microsoft Teams. So yesterday was your first experience in working with our chosen online distance learning platform. Today we're going to delve a little deeper into navigating this program so that you can be successful throughout our time using it. Microsoft Teams will be our platform for distance learning. Students and parents are encouraged to learn the following basic tips in order to navigate the program. First up, we have the general space. The general space includes the entire class. Any post that the teacher has made that is relevant to all students, scheduled class meetings where students will join meetings that the teacher has set in advance, videos, files, and the general space is where you also will locate your class notebook. Very important, as that's where all of your documents and assignments will go. In this space, you also have channels or groups. You will be assigned to a channel for group activities and discussions. Channels will be used at the teacher's discretion. The first thing we want to review is the Teams panel. Then after the Teams panel, we'll talk about the Teams canvas and some additional features that the program offers. So let's delve into the Teams panel. The Teams panel is located on the left-hand side of your screen. The most important icons for you to be aware of or familiar with includes the activity icon, the Teams icon, assignments, calendar icon, files, the ellipses icon, as well as the apps and help icons. Let's talk about the activity icon first. This icon is so very important because any activity that happens within any team that you are assigned to, you'll be able to click on the activity icon, which is shaped like a bell, and you'll see all of the notifications that are in that you are linked to. The next icon is Teams. If you click on that icon, all of the teams that you are assigned to will be displayed. If you click on the assignments icon, this will display assignments for a particular class. Clicking on the calendar icon will allow you to access your personal calendar. This will prove very important as teachers are going to be scheduling class times, so it'll allow you to better plan out your day. Files. It lists all files uploaded into or created in Teams. The ellipses, which are the 3 dots, allows you to customize your panel with apps. The apps icon allows you to link your favorite apps to your team's profile. And the help icon allows you to contact Microsoft. However, before contacting Microsoft, we advise you to reach out to our help desk at helpdesk@loenola.us. And if we can assist you, then by all means, you are encouraged to reach out to Microsoft yourself. So I'm logging into Teams. This is the first page I'll see. All of my teams will pop up in these boxes, and I'll be able to click into those boxes in order to access that team or class. So all of my classes are Ms. View Carre's math homeroom. She's my homeroom teacher. Ms. Laveau for social studies and science. Mr. Armstrong is my ELA teacher. And Ms. Jackson is my specials teacher. Note, all teams will appear on this page. Each student will have 5 teams. It's also important to note that if your teams do not appear in an order for your liking, you are encouraged to reorder your teams by simply clicking on the image and dragging it into the order you desire. So, the canvas. The canvas is the wheelhouse of teams. It's where everything appears within the general channel. Within the general channel, you can see teacher assigned channels, which are those channels that your teacher has strategically placed you in. Teacher assigned channels are a tool that will allow teachers to group students how they see fit. Within the general channel, you'll also see where teachers have made posts for students. Posts can include text, pictures, documents, videos, etc. Some of your teachers even left you some funny gifts on yesterday. You'll also be able to access the tabs for daily online websites. These shortcuts have been created for you in order to prevent you from ever needing to leave the Teams platform. We'll get into that a little bit later. Access the class notebook. The class notebook is where teachers will post assignments and/or class materials for students. It's also a place for students to submit work. Parents, the class notebook is important to you as well because it's where you can review the work that your student has turned in or work that needs to still be turned in. A little bit more about the difference between the general channel and teacher assigned channels. The general channel. Again, the general channel is where all members enrolled in the team have access. It's where you also access the all-important class notebook, and is where you can see posts for all members left by one of your peers or by your teacher or even by your paraeducator. Then we have those teacher assigned channels. Again, every student in the team will not be in every teacher assigned channel. Teacher assigned channels are created and grouped by the teacher. You cannot access the class notebook through a teacher assigned channel. Through teacher assigned channels, however, you can collaborate with your peers and or your teacher. Now that we've discussed the Teams panel, we're going to talk a little bit more about the Canvas. Where is that one thing? A question that we'll find ourselves asking a lot because Teams is so big, but yet everything is linked in a brilliantly designed way. So the first thing I want to draw your attention to is the general channel and the teacher assigned channels. Again, this is linked in the left-hand corner of your team. So when you open up your team, you'll see the general. Again, that brings you to the general channel where everything is posted for every student. Then you'll also see a teacher assigned channel. They may not be there yet, but they will be coming soon as teachers use data in order to group students in meaningful ways. So if I'm in Miss View Carey's homeroom, which is a math class, I see that I am grouped in her teacher assigned channel, Team A. Your teacher assigned channel may look different. It may have a different title, but mine says Team A. And then I see a lock next to it. That lets me know that every child in the homeroom won't have access to that channel. The next thing I want to draw your attention to is the stream. The stream, again, is going to be your wheelhouse. It's where everything in the general assigned channel appears. Any post, any gifts, any documents that my teacher has uploaded that may be relevant for the whole, all of that will appear in the stream. At the bottom, you see my post toolbar. My post toolbar is customizable, meaning I can add icons or I can take them away. Some icons, however, will remain no matter what. But if I frequently use Word, maybe I want to add a Word icon at the bottom, which will allow me to type directly into the Word app. Or if I frequently use YouTube videos, I can put a YouTube icon down in the post toolbar, and that will allow me to frequently pull up my most watched YouTube videos that I use for school. The last thing I want to talk about is tabs. Now, yesterday, we went over the frequently used tabs that your teachers are using on a daily basis. Some of those include Edulastic, iReady, iExcel, and Study Island. Your teacher may eventually add more tabs to your team. However, those tabs are already there. But you as a student have the ability to add even more tabs that you use on a daily basis while in class. And therefore, you can customize your tabs toolbar. Let's talk about the post toolbar. That's the toolbar that we were just looking at on the previous slide at the bottom. It's customizable. The A will open up formatting, so I can format any post that I'm creating. Therefore, I have no reason to ever make a post that is grammatically incorrect or that doesn't emote exactly what I wanted to say. Format allows members to type messages for distribution or start a new conversation within the stream. The attached icon allows you to link a document from the Files tab that can be uploaded into the Canvas. Emojis allow you to add emojis to your text. The Giphy allows you to be able to send a GIF, just like your teachers left in your teams yesterday. You are also allowed to send stickers. Members can send stickers to other students for a job well done. Here's a button that many people began playing around with yesterday, Meet Now or Schedule Now. Teachers will schedule meetings with members of the team for a later date or for immediate use. On yesterday, some people clicked this button and started meetings within their teams. Praise. Praise allows members to recognize one another for positive contributions in class. Now we're going to open up the post response ellipses. So I've created a post, or my teacher has created a post. Then I get this option here that will pop up next to that post that either I made or my teacher made or the para made or another student made. I have some emojis there that I can click on in order to emote whatever I'm feeling about that post. If I click on the ellipses, which again are those three dots, I get this drop-down menu. The items I want to draw your attention to include Share to Outlook. Every student has an email account. If I click Share to Outlook, this allows you to share the post that was just posted through email. If I click on Translate, this will translate a post to a different language that I may prefer, if English is not my preference. If I click on Immersive Reader, the Immersive Reader app will open within Teams and it will read the message aloud to me. Now we're talking about the class toolbar. So on Friday, when you have your first live classes with your teachers, you'll see this toolbar for the first time. So the first thing on this toolbar that I want to draw your attention to is the timer. This icon displays the length of time that has passed during an instructional period. This icon will become even more important as we delve into teacher assigned channels, because if my teacher allows me to go into my teacher assigned channel to work with my group, I can use the timer that will appear that will show the elapsed time that will allow me to know how much time I've been in this team and if it's time for me to head back to the general call. The video icon allows the user to turn his or her camera on or off. Remember, we're always joining classes with our cameras turned on. That is the BFE way, and it is our expectation. For whatever reason, if you need to step away from your desk for a moment, you are allowed to turn your camera off. However, please let your teacher know that you're stepping away. The microphone icon allows you to turn your microphone on or off. Remember, throughout instruction, unless you have been given permission to speak, it is important that you have your microphone turned off in order to limit any disruptions. The share icon allows the user to share his or her screen during instruction. And of course, you're only sharing your screen at your teacher's discretion. Please do not click this icon during instruction, as you may pull away from your teacher's share and disrupt the learning environment. The raise hand icon is very important for students. This icon indicates that a participant would like to be acknowledged. Click this icon if your teacher is asking you to raise your hand. If you do this, your teacher will receive a notification that you would like to be acknowledged. After your teacher has called on you, click this icon again and it will lower your hand. And you can do this as many times as required throughout a lesson. The chat box icon. This icon allows users to communicate with both the instructor and other participants during the lesson. Students, please be advised that the history remains after the lesson ends. The chat icon is not a toy. It is meant for official communication between you and your teacher, or you and your paraeducator, or you and your peers. It is not a toy. And anything that you type in the chat box will be saved and become a part of that lesson's permanent file. that will be saved. The end call icon. This icon allows users to end the call. Please note, the call will not end until all users have left the call. So when it's time for class to end, make sure that you click the end call icon in order to disconnect from class.
Okay, that brings us to number 4, navigate class notebook in Teams. All student work will be assigned through the class notebook in Teams. Use the following tips in order to navigate your notebooks. Note, parents will be able to check student notebooks for any incomplete assignments, or they will also be able to access the grade book within a team to try to keep up with unofficial grades. But please note that all official grading will be done in Power School per usual. Class notebook. Here we are understanding the layout of my notebook. There are 3 separate parts in the student's notebook: the collaboration space, content library, and student notebook. The collaboration space, that is the space where a teacher can edit content and a student can edit content. So collaboration space almost serves as a blackboard for you and your teacher. It's a space where you and your teacher and class peers can discuss and relay information to one another as a whole. The content library is like a file cabinet for your class. The teacher can edit the content, but as the student, you may only view the content. So any extra handouts, anything that may need to be sent home to parents, you may find those in the content library. Next, we have the student notebooks, which is your private space, the private space for each student. That student notebook is set up like a binder that already has sections sectioned off by your teacher. Your student notebook can be edited by the teacher as well as a particular student. Now, student notebooks are private. Therefore, the teacher and the student may view that notebook, but other students won't be able to view your notebook. They'll only see their notebook. So this is what you will see. When you open your notebook here, we have the welcome page. This says Mrs. View Carre Math Class Notebook. To the left, the top left here, you see a little arrow. That purple arrow will open the sections and pages to your notebook. Now, this is what you will see once those sections are opened. All the way to your left, you will see the welcome, collaboration space, content library. Once again, that's a place where additional unassigned information can be found. And then your student personalized notebook. Now, you are able to click and add additional sections to your class notebook at any time by adding a section here down at the bottom. You are also able to add a page to any one of those sections by clicking Add Page. So now that we have gone through the class notebook, we need to get down to the most important part of the class notebook, which is the location of assignments, how to complete them, and turn them in properly. Locating assignments within the class notebook. There are 4 ways that you will be able to locate your assignments. So I'm going to walk you through all 4 of those processes so that you may be able to find your assignments with ease, no matter which way you try. Number 1, this activity bell that was located on the Teams panel in which we showed you earlier. It was introduced by Mr. Robinson. This is our first way to notify students that an assignment has been posted. Once you click that bell, you will see this large box that shows the fee mentioned in View Math Homeroom. So it tells me just where to go. Now, our second location of assignments. Second way to access assignments, we can click, once again from that Teams panel that we learned about earlier, we can click the backpack that says assignments, and it will display all of the assignments for a particular class. So once you click this backpack, you're prompted to choose a class. After choosing a class, you will then be brought to the assignment page for that class. So that's the second way to locate an assignment. All right. Now, locating assignments part 3. The third way to locate your assignments is to click the Assignments tab on the General Class Canvas. So once you click into your team and you're already in the general space, the canvas, you will see the words assignments as such. If you click assignments, it'll give you the list of the assignments that's due in that particular team or class. So that's the third way to locate an assignment. And our fourth way, which I believe is one of my favorites, every time that an assignment is assigned by the teacher, a post is created. And this post pops up in your general space on your canvas within the stream. So if you scroll through the stream each day and check the stream, you will already see the posts for that assignment there. And then it simply says view assignment. So we'll click view assignment, and then it will bring us directly into the assignment where we will now click the assignment file. And then once we complete the assignment, we will click close. After clicking close, you will be prompted to turn in. And those are the 4 ways that we are able to find assignments. I hope that today's instruction and orientation video has helped massively. I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Robinson.
All right, you all. Uh-oh. A little feedback. All right. Thank you all for your attention and your time today. Again, if you have any questions, please contact your child's homeroom teacher via Class Dojo, or you can email your child's homeroom teacher. If that doesn't work, then we encourage you to email the IT team at teamsadmin@loenola.us for additional support. Another email that you can reach out to that isn't up here is our help desk email. That email is helpdesk@loenola.us. Please reach out to that email if you're having any trouble with logging into one of our platforms, or if something is not working as it should be in Teams. That ticket will be submitted and someone from our help desk will get back to you as soon as possible. Please be patient with our help desk. As you can imagine, the help desk is quite overwhelmed at this time. So it may take a little bit longer to get a response. But nevertheless, we do thank you for your patience. At this time, that brings us to the end of day 2 orientation. We hope that you have a great day.